Greetings, everyone. It is I, your Star Wars father. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Do the community a favor. Like and subscribe. Make everything in the world better by liking and subscribing. Hey, here's what we're talking about today. The question at hand and the issue at hand. How do you label your account? You know, what do you look at your account? Are you an early gamer, mid gamer, late gamer? Where do you fall in the spectrum? And is it important? You know, I think it was, was it Kierkegaard or Dick Van Patten who said, if you label me, you negate me. Name that movie. Tell me the movie in the comments. First person to name the movie gets a gold star. Congratulations. Is it important to label your account? Well, I mean, not necessarily. It's, not necessarily. You kind of know where you kind of know what you're doing and what you're focusing on. However, I've been doing roster reviews multiple times a week for a while now, and you look at these accounts, you see a brand new account like the one in front of us here with Flames, or you see an established account, you see what's going on. I think it might be helpful to be able to say this is a new account, or this is a mid-game account, and it might give people a better idea of where their account is sitting in the game and how you should maybe feel about your account, what you should focus on next, how you can find your way to get to the next level. How do you get from a mid-game to a late-game account? How do you get from late-game to end-game? So I think this might be a helpful discussion and something to start using as we talk about accounts. And obviously there's going to be variances. You can look, there aren't any cold, fast rules for a lot of these, although I think for the new account, let's pop that up. Here's the idea for the new account, and we're going to look at Flames' account here. Just see a new account, the new game account. Under level 85. You're working on Galactic War, you're working on Grand Arena prep, you're making some really early farming decisions. So if we pull up this account right here, we'll see, he's going after Phoenix, which is kind of leads into Sith Eternal. You're learning the game, you're really learning how the game works, what's going on in the game. If you're a new player, and you're thinking about Fleet Arena. How do you get to the top of Fleet Arena to get crystals early on? But Galactic War really comes into a lot of the play, because even the Fleet Arena doesn't get there till, was it level 60 or 65? I can't remember, but... So here's a new account, where this guy's farming the Phoenix, our pal Flames here is farming the Phoenix, and that's been a typical go-to first farm in the game for a long time. I'm not sure it still holds water unless you're going to rush Sith Eternal Emperor, but I'll do that in a different video. But here you can see, he's working on Phoenix. This person is working on Sith Eternal Emperor. Here are the Phoenix. Here are Tarkin, Thrawn, Vader, Palpatine. That's a very clear path towards Sith Eternal Emperor very early in the game. This is a new account, under level 85. Those are the priorities: Galactic War, Fleet Arena, making some early farming decisions. So what is up next? Next, we have our early game account. Let's jump into someone's early game account. Here is Higgle on my streams. He's Higgle off good. You can see his account here. You can see he's got Palpatine. He's going for Sith Eternal Emperor as well. An early gamer account is an account that's going to be under 4 million, over level 85, under 4 million. Now that's a pretty broad range, but 4 million kind of opens up a lot of stuff for you. It opens up hard conquest. It opens up proving grounds, so you can start firing those characters that have been in past conquests that you didn't have access to. So that 4 million, between level 85, which you're going to get there around 500,000, 700,000 galactic power, and 4 million, you're still in the early game. Now there could be some argument. Somebody's got a couple galactic legends, and they got Executor, and they're a 3.5 million account. Okay, that's probably a mid-game account. Again, I'm not drawing hard lines here, just trying to help people understand where their account is, what they're really thinking about. Early gamer account, you're dialed in on Fleet Arena. You really want to get to the top of your Fleet Arena. Higgle is obviously struggling with this right now at number 106, but Fleet Arena really can feed your crystals. Early Grand Arena. You're in that Grand Arena. You're trying to climb out of the Carbonite 3 that Higgle is in. You're trying to climb up to the Bronzium. Get out of this small levels, because that'll feed you daily crystals as well. How can you get your account to get out of that early Grand Arena? Farming decisions are really important here. We'll take a look at this account too. Are you going to rush a Galactic Legend? Or are you going to go for the core accounts? The Genetic Revens, the CLS, the Imperial Troopers. You're going to build those before you get a Galactic. What are you going to do with those early farming decisions that will impact you for really years to come? And you're starting to get into raids and guild contribution. How are you going to contribute to the raids in your guild? Are you in a guild that's autoing raids yet? Or are you still going through the Rancor and the HAT to try to get them done? These are early game things that are going on. You're starting to understand how you contribute to territory battles and territory wars. Let's take a look at Higglewoggle's roster here. 1.4 million. Very clear Sith Eternal farm. He's got Vader, Palpatine, Sidious, Anakin, Thrawn, Dooku and Maul, all complete. The city is a Relic 7 worker. I guess maybe he is. But all these guys complete. He's got a Savage Opress Omicron to kind of contribute to the team overall. He's got a Zamwest Omicron, needs to kind of work on that. But you see Royal Guard. So this is the farming decision being made here is to go after Sith the Turtle Emperor and work on that Grand Arena by getting a Galactic Legend and pushing hard with that. But also the Anakin team, the Savage Opress. And I think there's a Qui-Gon Omicron here. That Qui-Gon Omicron, the Savage Opress Omicron, the Zamwest Omicron, those will really help you with those Grand Arena decisions early on. Now let's go take a look at a mid-game account. Here is Terra Live, who comes to a lot of streams and, attends all the time. I love having you around. You can see he's already got the Galactic Legend. You got Negotiator, sitting at number 36 in Chromium for Grand Arena Championships. What's the mid-gamer looking at? Well, a mid-gamer is that person in the 4 to 7 million range, generally speaking, of Galactic Power. 47 million-ish, I'll put on there. 4 or less GLs. You can have up to 4 GLs and still be a mid-gamer, depending on what you're doing with your roster, and only one of the Executor Profundity at most. Maybe you have neither one as well. You can see that, our pal here, our pal Terra only has the Negotiator, doesn't have the Executor or Profundity yet. So you're kind of sitting right in that level. 47 million, 4 or less GLs, maybe one of the capital ships. You're really making some difficult and challenging farming decisions here. Do I move for another Galactic Legend? Do I round out my General Anakin team? Do I go get a side team like Beskar Mando so I can go get my farming for the Executor? Really challenging and direct farming decisions made in mid-game here. Climbing Grand Arena, really important. You see that our pal Terra Live is only in Chromium 3. You kind of want to get to that Erodium, at least somewhere to Erodium in the mid-game. You really want to be in... You really want to get to low Kyber levels when you're in mid-game for the most part. Proving Ground and Hard Conquest. You have opened up Proving Grounds. You've opened up Hard Conquest. You can start playing these now. Like I said, unlocking characters and Proving Grounds you didn't have access to in earlier Conquest. You could play Hard Conquest, get the rewards, start unlocking bigger crates. You can see right here, Terra is just over 4 million, so just started getting this stuff unlocked with General Anakin Skywalker, the Revens. We got a Padme team in here, a CLS team. So a lot of rounded out teams. So this person has this is more of like taking the core team avenue, right? Not complete, but Revens, CLS, Padme, Jedi Knight Anakin in there. I assume there's a Qui-Gon Omicron, and there's Qui-Gon Omicron. There's teams that could really round you out early. Dark Trail Omicron, Gear 12, and really help you climb Grand Arena, kind of rounding it out. But only one Galactic Legend. I said 2 to 4, but this is still mid-game. Once you get over 4 million, 4 to 7 million, you're in the mid-game now. You need to start pushing for this account needs more Galactic Legends in it. It needs ships like the Executor and Profundity. This is what this account it needs to get for the stuff. There's still some farming decisions. Where do you go from here? But that's what this account needs to look. Let's take a look at a late game account next. And here we are with Let's Go Blue. Let's Go Blue has a Profundity. Let's Go Blue has Jabba the Hutt. Sitting here with Galactic Legend and Profundity in Kyber 3, a late game account. What does that late game account look like? Over 7 million, 5 or more GLs. You're in the late game, man. You are an established account. You've got things going on. You have the Executor and the Profundity to get to the late game. That's where you need to be. You're making Datacron decisions. This is when the Datacrons they're all throughout the game, but really, when you get to that, as you're getting mid into late game, you're getting a bunch of teams that are Relic 5 and more. That's when those Datacrons really come into play. For mid game is when it starts. Late game is when it really starts. Like Let's Go Blue here, who's JS in my chat in my stream chat, by the way. Right now, Kyber 3, maybe the thing holding JS back from climbing higher in Kyber is Datacrons, because those Datacrons become really important at the higher Kyber levels. Kyber Grand Arena, that's where you're going to be in late gaming. Honestly, if you have an 8 million account and you're down in Erodium, I'm going to call you a mid gamer. Yeah, I don't think you're a late gamer at that point. You've got to be in Kyber, and your farming decisions are very clear. You know what you're going to go get. Let's take a look at Let's Go Blue's account. We got here 4 Galactic Legends, Admiral, so we got the Profundity and the Executor, right? Did I say 5 to 7? Well, whatever. 4 Galactic Legends. This is 6.6 million. This is a person that's like at the edge of the end of mid game, at the beginning of late game, pushing forward. You can see really the clear. We got Malgus in here. We got Commander Ahsoka. I'd expect to see a Star Killer soon on this account if it's not there. This is This is a late game account. It needs to be pushing out more Galactic Legends. We're going to be looking for Sith Eternal. We're going to be looking for Rey. We're going to be looking for Lord Vader on this account. These are the things that come next. This is a very early late game account or a very end mid game account. Again, guys, it's hard to draw direct lines here, but this is what we're kind of account we're looking at for that late game account where you're getting going, especially having both of these capital ships. And I just clicked on something. Especially having both of these capital ships, the Profundity and the Executor, really kind of defines you with those 4 GLs. You're really getting that late game account, and you're in Kyber. So that's what that looks like. Let's talk about an end game account. And we are looking now at Rusty Jason 69, the same name in my chats. Number 1 in Squad Arena with Lord Vader. Number 6 in Fleet Arena with the Executor. Kyber 1, skill rating 3, 6, 8, 4. What does the late gamer look like? 10 million-ish is your galactic power. You got all the GLs. You're only missing the most recent teams, or the most, maybe at this point right now in the game missing Dr. Aphra, maybe rounding out your Inquisitors, something like that. You don't have the TIE Defender done, but you're going to have it soon. You're making wallet decisions. I kind of glossed over that with the late gamers. Late gamers are probably spending some money making those decisions about their wallet, how much they open up. The end gamers, generally speaking, are going to open up that wallet and get things done. Maybe not immediately, but pretty soon after immediately, to make sure they have this end game roster in place. Datacron decisions are crushing at the end game. We'll take a look at Rusty Jason's Datacrons here. Being in Kyber 1, you've got to have a large trove of Datacrons functioning on your team to be in Kyber 1. Zero farming ambiguity. You know exactly what you got to farm. It's going to be the next thing that pops up in the game is the next thing you farm. Let's take a look at Rusty Jason here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Galactic Legends. He's got both of the capital ships, Profundity and Executor 7 stars. We're also looking at an account with Darth Malgus, with Maul, with the Grand Inquisitor, Star Killer's in here as well. This is an end game account. The only thing he's working toward at this point, let's see if we got some stuff. I wish there was a Dr. Aphra button on here, right? We got neutral, so there's Hondo. He's already working on Hondo. Who else we got there? We got some, are they rebels? They're rebels, right? I honestly, I haven't become familiar with this term because I'm a mid-gamer. I'm a mid-game kind of guy. Who do we have here? I'm looking for Sana Staros, right? She's gonna be a scoundrel, maybe. Maybe she's a scoundrel. Scoundrel, I like the sound of that. Scoundrel. Sana Staros is, well, anyway, it looks like, there she is. Here she is. Sana Staros down here working on getting her done. Can't really see it. There we go, popping her up there. Triple O is there relic already. BT1 is relic, but not at the required relic levels. This is a person that's pumping money into the account to get to the level they need to be an end game account. The Datacrons are almost endless. For somebody who's a mid gamer like me, seeing these kind of Datacrons, you just don't see this. You just don't see this in a Rhodium where I am in Grand Arena. You don't see these kind of Datacrons. So if you can pump out some Datacrons in a Rhodium or even, at lower Kyber levels, it can really make a difference for you. So there you go. There's your end game account. Now, how important is this to understanding and how we function in the game? Again, I don't think it's super duper important to having you understand where you sit in the game. Am I a new gamer? Am I an end gamer? Am I a mid? Where do I fit? However, I do think that having general labels for someone's progress in a game can really help you understand where you sit, what you're working on, what you're doing. And I'm going to start using these in my roster review streams to help people understand where they are, what they're working on, where they're getting to. And I think these definitions will round out over time as we move forward. So there you go, guys. There it is. Where do you sit? Let me know in comments. Are you a new gamer? Are you an early gamer, mid, late, or are you the end game player? Tell me in comments where you sit. What can I do to help if you're in one of those spaces, what can I do with my content to help you understand where you need to be to take your account to the next level? That's all we got, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoy yourself. I'll see you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.